What's going on, everybody? Oh god, I'm here to upload an Apex video, and this is going to be basically everything wrong. Well, things that I don't like about Apex. And ranting. It's basically me just ranting. This is a video kinda inspired by the one and only Icefire. Drop him a sub, he's pretty good. But anyway. Also, I'm gonna use the same clips over and over again, because I'm not that good. Anyway, LTMs. I'm gonna hit big, straight into this, it's going to be amazing. So basically, the lack of LTMs is basically what this game is in trouble with. The problem is with the LTMs is that there's not many of them. If, take an example from Fortnite. They did weekly updates. Most of the time was weekly LTMs at one point. And what was known about that game? It was one of the best games in the freaking world. Now, with the thing about it, about being like the best game in the world, that's hard to beat with COD, multiple games going out there. If there's one game that's new, didn't have many seasons, it was already getting known as one of the few best games in the world, they did something different. And you know what? Apex Legends could do something completely different. It's a great thing, So yeah, listen to your fans, whatever LTM, they want more LTMs, give them more LTMs, and the LTM, and I know LTMs are hard to think of, but think of the LTMs they liked. Now, every LTM they liked, sure, you can re-release them if you have no idea, but, if there's ideas, take them. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It's not liked? Guess what? You now know that's a place to avoid in Apex, is not to build a content area around it. Also, no content. Do you know how hard it is for me to upload a video on Apex now? Most of the stuff I upload is basically me carrying in Apex Legends. But I play good for once. Now, do you know how fun this game would be if it was trying the LTM in Apex Legends? Love it. Everyone would support it, right? Because you can't tell me no one would love it. The game would have more content, you would have bigger creators coming to the game and everything like that. And you know what? That's the thing about it. And also, the map. Only having 2 maps this season really has changed the flow of this game. Now, I like the idea of having 4 maps. Would it be hard to have 4 maps going around in one rotation? Yes, that would be very hard. It would be one of the most difficult things. But it is doable. Due to one thing. Arena? Arena Ranked? Guess what? That's where you come in. This is where you decide, hey, you know what? I'm gonna change the game, and we're gonna have one map dedicated to Ranked. After the split, take that map, put it into BR, and one of the maps from BR, put it into Ranked. Do you see how fun that game would be? It'd be like last season. And when last season was growing, there's more people coming to the game, and it's more people genuinely enjoying it. I enjoyed having 3 maps. Having 3 maps was amazing. It was beautiful. It was sexy. But you cannot sit here and tell me that this game is fun still. It was as fun as last season. Now, there were multiple problems with last season too. There's multiple problems with this season. They had a legend, and it seems like she's dog shit now. She was getting used, and then just just not used much. I don't see many Ashes anymore. I got into yesterday, got into plenty of games with Ashes. But that's the problem though. You see how there's a problem with the legends that aren't getting used? Have you noticed what the most mained legends are? Gibby and Bloodhound? Tell me, how many games have you joined where there isn't a Gibby in here? It's Gibby, Blood, Path, maybe Lifeline. Okay, they're like the few most played players. Bangalore's played, all the free-to-play ones are played, and that's understandable, But you are aware that the meta at this current time is Gibby and Blood. You put Gibby and Blood together, it is impossible. Maybe even with a Caustic, that shit is impossible to push. You go to push a Gibby, you get gassed. And then with someone who can play Bloodhound, you get shit on. Then you go ahead and you verse someone else. You verse someone who can, who plays a different legend, example, Sia. It's a fair fight when you're playing like Caustic or someone. It's a fair fight because they can see how much flesh you're on and everything. But if I'm versing a Bloodhound, it ain't that fair. He can see wherever I am in 2 seconds. He can see me. I'm not saying nerf them. I'm saying just don't make them the only meta. Make it that if you have another legend, you have a willing fight to go up against a Sweat, a main Bloodhound, and all that. Now, let's get into the next problem. The updates. We had a recent update. I can't believe it. We had something different. We had a new map and a few new skins. That is some shitty ass content if you ask me. I don't want to have to use them only. I don't want to have to be excited for a new skin that I have to pay money for. If it was a free skin, guess what? I'd be okay with that. If you could earn those packs that you get, I'd be okay with that. But no, this game is just thrived on money, and that's not a problem. I'm okay if a company's more thrived on money, but that shouldn't be their main focus. Because guess what? If you have more people that like the game, they're willing to put money. Tell me, if Fortnite's more enjoyable than Apex, tell me, what are you going to spend more money on, Apex or Fortnite? I can answer that question for you. You're going to spend more money on fucking Fortnite because you enjoy that game more. But, you know, that's the problem with the game. It's just not that as enjoyable that people are willing to spend money on it. Like, tell me, how many times do you see it? Like, I would rather spend money on a game that I like more than a game I do not like. Now, there's a reason why I spend more money on Apex, that I would spend more money on Apex. I play it more, and I find it more enjoyable than Fortnite. But, the thing is, once there's a new game that comes out, there is gonna be not that many Apex players still playing this game. When there's a good game that comes out. Now, that's with a lot of games. When there's a better Battle Royale game, more people are going to want to play it. But guess what? Not many people are going to want to... But if there's also another good game that people are good at, they're going to want to stay. Now, here comes my other issue, though. They do not. The skill-based matchmaking is shit. I'm a hard-stock plat. I'm plat 4. And there I'm versing people that are preds. What is this skill-based matchmaking? Now, what I believe is maybe not even have to have skill-based matchmaking. Not have to, like, you know, I verse complete shitters. Now, with ranked, I understand. No skill-based matchmaking, you verse people that are in plat and all that. Understandable, that's great. Now, why don't you... Now, level-based is pretty stupid. I understand that part. I used to think maybe you should do it level-based. No, level-based would be stupid. But, what would be smart is putting it by, you know, the main stuff, like, the KD. Whatever your KD's around, that's who you verse. Whatever your lifetime damage is, that's who you're around. Now, I can understand how this is going to happen with, like, Smurf accounts and everything like that. Well, guess what? Make the anti-cheat and everything like that, the banning system, work properly so you can prevent the Smurf accounts. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a Smurf account, but you know what, that Smurf account isn't even to sweat on people. Literally, you look at some of the clips I have on there, you know what most of it is? It's me using the wingman, and I'm dog shit with that wingman. I'm not good with wingman, so am I gonna get good with the wingman eventually? Yes, I am gonna get good, and eventually I'm gonna be versing better lobbies. But it's not like I'm going into pubs, shitting on kids, and going, oh yeah, dog shit, dropping 4K 20 bombs. No, I'm not, that's not my intention. I just had enough of versing preds. Like, you know, that's the problem. Now, here's another thing that they can fix with this game, is, like I said, skill-based matchmaking, more content, like listening to the fans. Now, those 3 things, if that happens in a game, would you consider that game shit? No, unless it is literally broken to the point where it is not playable. More people are gonna play, because guess what? If they listen to the fans, they do weekly updates, the skill-based matchmaking's good, they have a ranked system where it works, too. Tell me, what's the reason to call it shit? Oh, the graphics aren't good? No, graphics are pretty good in this game. Sure, it doesn't look good from your perspective, but that's because I'm fucking editing on a PS4, and, like, I don't have a graphics card, so, you know, it ain't gonna get any better than this, folks, and it doesn't even necessarily look like dog shit, it actually looks mediocre. Like, don't get me wrong, if I had an option to look at 1080p and whatever this is recorded on, I'm choosing 1080, of course. But but I'm saying that, there's not bad graphics, and physics works properly, and all that type of stuff.
Oh my god.
And also, what problem do you have then? The only people that could have a problem with this are people that just genuinely aren't into shooters. And if you're not into shooters, there is no reason you should be playing these type of games, battle royales. But I do understand where they're coming from with the, this isn't exact, like, I don't even know where we're going with that. But do you want to hear something? In the last few weeks, I've just found out, in the last few weeks, months, whatever it is, over half of the team that works for Respawn have quit. Do you realize how much of a problem that is? You're literally struggling to keep your own employees. That's when you know it's a problem. Now, this video is going to have to end, but, you know, add something else except a new arena map. I don't play arena much, so you know what? Stay hype, my homies. I don't give two shits. Fuck you, Respawn. I hope you fix your game, and I hope someone from the social media department watches this, or this gets viral enough so you hear it. I want you guys to listen. Fuck yous. This game is actually enjoyable sometimes. I love you guys. Goodbye.